following presentation is for educational purposes only. All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader LLC. Trading futures involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.
All right, we are back. NinjaTrader Platforms Unleashed segment. Appreciate everybody being here today. It is April 4th. My name is Jim Cagnina. We're going to talk about trading, placing trades, and managing trades from the chart itself. A lot of folks like to use the NinjaTrader Superdome, which I understand, right? That's what I used to always use before I decided, hey, maybe there's a better way to place and manage trades directly on the charts. And we've, me and Tom Schneider do a lot of that in the mornings, but I thought I'd just kind of go over the mechanics of how to actually do that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the chart. And again, I appreciate everybody being here. I'm going to minimize this screen a little bit so I have a little bit more real estate. We have these Zoom windows and all sorts of windows popping up everywhere. I'm going to move these over a little bit. All right. So I have an E-mini S&P chart up on the screen right now. It's a 10-minute candle chart, nothing fancy. I have volume weighted average price, lower panel. I just have the regular volume on there, and then I have volume profile on the left. And I'm happy with my chart. My chart is set up. Now, to make sure you activate the ability to trade from the chart, you have to activate it, right? I'm going to go all the way up to the top up here. And I'm going to go to it looks like one of those old fashioned egg beaters, you know what I mean? With the little propellers on, on a thing, or that, you're mashing potatoes. This little icon at the top, it's called Chart Trader. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to get a drop down menu. And you'll notice there's 3 different categories. We could have Chart Trader turned off, which means you cannot place a trade on the chart. And if you don't want to place a trade on the chart and you're afraid you're going to make a mistake, then just keep it off. That's okay. Then we have 2 others. We have a category called Chart Trader, and then a Chart Trader Hidden. Now, Chart Trader is going to open up a new panel, which I'm going to show you in a second, which will give us a whole bunch of options. And then underneath it, Chart Trader Hidden means that panel isn't opened up, but you could still use your mouse to actually place trades. In other words, Chart Trader is activated, but the panel is hidden. That's all. So let's go ahead and click in the middle one, Chart Trader, and it's going to open up this panel like I suggested. On the right-hand side is this panel. And then we have a whole bunch of buttons and some stuff here. It doesn't look like much, but it does an awful lot of stuff. So there's these quick buttons up here at the top called buy market. If you want to buy on the market, if you want to sell with a market order, if you want to join the bid, or you want to join the offer with a limit order, you could do that as well. If you want to reverse, which be careful with the reverse button. But it's the possibility of a position you want to reverse it, or you have a bracket you want to reverse it. That you'd use that button, and then you'd have the close button where you want to close everything up, right? It's like the panic button kind of. And then flatten entry, P&L. So there's all sorts of data here that you can get as well. And then we have some dialog boxes here, some drop down boxes, right? So the instrument, this is the market, right? This is the symbol for the E-mini S&P. It's ES June 24. It matches what I have on the chart, so I'm not going to change that. Time in force, this isn't very important really, because most of us are day trading, and just you can keep that at day. And then make sure you have the right account here, right? Some people have more than one account. Some people have a real account and a SIM account. And so just make sure you have the right account activated when you're ready to place a trade. Just, don't place a SIM trade in a live account, and don't place a live account in a SIM account, because then you'll be calling me up and saying, hey, where's my position? So make sure you have the right account set up here. And so I have SIM account 1 set up right there. And that's a drop-down menu you could toggle. So order quantity is the next thing you could decide, right? You could, how many contracts do you want to trade at a time? When you place an order, do you want to do 1 contract or 1 unit, as I call it, or 2 or 4 or 5? And you could use the arrow boxes to change that, or you could use that little, it looks like a calculator almost. These are presets, right? You can make presets here, and you could go ahead and click on your size. And you could, which would put it in that box right there. We're going to skip it at 1 for now, and we could change it up later. ATM strategy, we're going to talk about this, and this looks like nothing, but it's really, really big. So when you hit that drop-down menu here, you can create a custom automated trade management strategy. And we've talked about this before, and there's all sorts of different types of strategies you could create. You could create a simple bracket order, a multi-target bracket order, a trailing stop, a jump on your stop. There's all sorts of different combinations that you could add with this little dialog box. So we'll step into it if we have time today, which we will. But it's very powerful. It doesn't look like a lot, but it is. And then you have some other stuff like reverse on stop, reverse at target, target chase. You want to chase the target, and some other options as well. So we'll get into that in a couple of seconds. So let's start out with the basics. This is stuff that me and Tom do on a regular basis. So, and I use the mouse a lot, right? So I'll pick a price where I want to enter an order, and let's say I want to go short. Let's say I want to sell a contract, right? And in futures trading, you can sell a contract first. You don't have to, sell a contract only after you're long, after you buy one. You can sell one first if you think the market's going to go down. And so I'm just going to right click at my price, and this dialog box pops up with a whole bunch of options here. And in the middle, you can see I could place a sell limit order where my crosshairs was, market if touched, or a stop or a stop limit. I'm going to go ahead and do stop. I'm just going to do a limit order to sell one contract. And so once I place it, you'll see my quantity is 1. It says sell. LMT means limit, and it draws a line across here to show you on your chart where you place that order. And I find that helpful for me when I'm doing technical analysis and I'm looking for, I want to be precise with respect to support and resistance. Now, once you do that on a live account, this order gets sent to the exchange, right? It gets sent to the exchange and you're in the order book, right? You're waiting behind whatever limit orders were there before you to go ahead, because it's first in, first out, to get a fill at 52.96.50. Now, maybe we don't get a fill. Maybe this market breaks down and we don't get a fill, but it's in the order book. It can't trade above your price without giving you your fill. So it's in there. You can see where it's at with the label. It looks like a cocktail stir, kind of, those little cocktail stir things. Now, you could also cancel and replace this order by simply putting your mouse on it, holding your left mouse key down, dragging it to a new price. I'll drag it down and click. And I've just canceled and replaced that order. I just changed it. I just dragged it down. So now I have a new order at a different place. And it happens that quickly. It's very, very quick with electronic trading. I don't know the measurements or, nanoseconds, milliseconds, whatever it is. It's just very, very quick. And once you place it, you'll see it's there resting, right? It's an order. It's in the order book. I just moved it down again. Really, really easy to do. Now that's a sell limit. Now, alternatively, if you wanted to put an order in to buy at the market, again, I'm going to right click my mouse and I'll just go down to the bottom of my a little bit higher than my rectangle here, right click, and I could do the same thing, and I could say, hey, I would like to send a limit order to the exchange to buy a contract at 52.88.50. Click on that. And there it is. There's my order. So now I have 2 limit orders on my chart. And again, same thing, cancel and replace. You're just going to drag the order. And really, I'm using the word cancel and replace because that's an accurate description. But really, I'm just moving my order. I'm changing my order higher, right? Just by dragging that up with the mouse. Now, I could also click on the number and change the lot size to 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever I want to do. And if I wanted to change it to 2, and then I would hit that checkbox, right? X would be no, I'm canceling. The checkbox would be, yeah, let's do it. And now I'm trying to buy 2 contracts at this particular price, right? Two contracts at this particular price. And then it's sending 2 1 lots here. And there's reasons for that, but you don't have to really worry about that. So if I want to cancel, I click on it again, and there's the X. Now, if I want to cancel the order completely, I go over to the right-hand side and you'll see an X there, and you can just right click and it cancels the order. So it's really, really easy. So let's go ahead and think about, all right, so let's see if we can get filled on this. I'm going to go ahead and force a fill here. I'm just going to chase this down a little bit so we can get filled. And be patient with me, everybody. I'm going to adjust this chart so we can see it a little bit better here. Get a little bit more A little better picture. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to move it down. I'm just going to chase it to try to get filled. All right, so we're filled, right? And it shows me, I've sold one at 52.93.75, and the label changed, right? It's red, and that means I'm short. If I were long, the label would have a little green a green dot there. And then my performance of the trade, right? It's showing me how many ticks I'm up or down, or how many points I'm up or down. Changes. Right now it's 0, which means I'm flat. I'm not making money. I'm not losing money. And it moves around in real time, right? That's mark to market, the idea of mark to market. It moves around in real time. So you see this P&L moving around as the market price changes. And now it's not changing too dramatically right now. We're all, pretty good. Slowing down, low volume day today. Everybody knows that. So the second thing I'm going to do right now, I'm short. I have a position in the market. So the second thing I want to do, and this is very important, I want to place a stop loss. In other words, I think the market's going to go down, but I might be wrong. I might be incorrect. It might go up, and I don't want an unlimited loss, right? I want to try to control that with risk management the best that I can. So I would put a buy stop in. So I'm going to go up to an area that I think might be interesting. I'm going to look at this, where my crosshairs here is. I'm just saying, okay, there's a nice area of resistance that started here 9:50 to 10 o'clock as an example, and it's lasted all session long. So I'm also going to respect this high wick right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a stop one tick above that high wick, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to add. Now I'm short, right? I'm short, so it's going to be a buy stop market. And it's going to behave like a market order, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and I'm going to add it to the chart. And again, let me move this out of the way a little bit. You can see the label here is telling me, hey, you're trying to, this is what it's saying. You're trying to, you place an order, it's sent to the exchange, and this will be triggered, right? This will be triggered if the market goes against me up to 5,300 half, right? 5,300 half. Now, don't follow live along home with me right now. Again, this is just an example, a sample on how to use the chart trader. I'm not telling anybody to go short right now. I'm just putting in trades based on what the candle's telling me. Now, the last part of the trade, the last component of this is a profit target, right? So I'm going to go down here. I want to buy this contract back at a lower price, right? Remember, we're buying low, selling high, buying low. That's the objective. So I'll go down to my rectangle down here where I identified an old area of resistance, which I now think is support. And I'm going to right click again, just right click my mouse. I get that pop-up menu again, and I'm going to place a buy limit order. And that would be my profit target. And it's color coded a little different, right? It's a little different. It's light blue. So this is the anatomy of every trade in the world, pretty much. A position, a profit target, and a stop loss. Best practices. Get that stop loss in. Don't not have a stop loss. Even if it's a catastrophic stop loss, just get it in, because you never know. So right now, this is more of a swing trade, a longer term trade. I could wait. I could hold on to it. I could do whatever I want, or I could tighten things up, right? Let's say, as an example, well, too much time it's taken too much time. I thought once we broke through the volume weighted average price line, we're going to really start crashing. It hasn't done that yet. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going to pull my stop down again, cancel, replace. I'm going to bring it to the top of that wick right there, right? Same thing with the profit target. Well, this trade's taking too long, and I'm just talking out loud, right? This is just an example. Things I'm talking, I want to bring it up. I want to tighten up my profit target a little bit because my expectations of a really big break have been thwarted right now. And so that's how I would do it with the chart trader. I wouldn't have to go find the dome. I wouldn't have to scroll on the trade, the NinjaTrader Super Dome, since these orders are more than 10 ticks away from the last bid and offer. And I could kind of just sit back and watch the trade go. So that's kind of number one. And again, if I wanted to cancel either of these orders, you just click on that X right next to the Y axis here and click on it, and it will cancel it. If you want to close, let's demonstrate that. There's a close button up here on the upper right, and I'm going to click on it. And two things happened. Well, three things happened, really. The limit order target was canceled. The stop loss was canceled, and it flattened my position. at the market, right? So it's kind of like a panic button almost, right? Or it's a quick and easy way to get out of a trade by clicking on that close button. So it's kind of important, right? I'm not necessarily a fan of a lot of these other things, but again, you could go market orders, you could join the bid, you could join the ask, you could reverse, you could do all that stuff. So that's kind of number one. So what I want to do though is I want to put another order in. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Well, we'll go. No, I'll do it the way my preference. Right click, sell limit. All right, so I'm filled right now, and you can see it notifies me where I'm filled. You can see all of these labels here. You know, I sold one at what price and during what candle. I sold another one at the next candle at a different price. I bought one. I closed the position out here, and it has a little. Let me see if I could really kind of show this a little bit better. Little caret, right? Blue caret means I bought. Red caret means I sold. And so that will also help you at the end of the day when you go back and look at your candle chart and say, well, where did I place the orders? What time frame did I place them? Where did I place them with respect to support and resistance? What went right? What went wrong? And all of that stuff. Now, another thing you could do, which I think is particularly helpful, is I could put the same stop loss and profit target in. And what I could do is I could create a simple bracket around my position. And I'm just going to right click in this white space down here, and it'll bring up this drop down menu, and you'll see OCO order cancels other. That's what it stands for. Order cancels other. And I could select it. Once I select it, you'll see in the upper right corner, OCO is green. It's green as a go, right? It means it's turned on, right? So order cancels other is turned on. And so the first thing I want to do, now this is important. The first thing I want to do is place a profit target. So let's just go ahead and place my profit target first. Right click, buy limit. And again, I'm just making up prices. And I'm going to put my stop loss second, right click, and buy stop, because remember, we're short. And now I've done a similar trade, but it's an OCO, order cancels other. So now my hands are off the mouse, right? If I get stopped out of this trade, right? If my stop gets hit, then my profit target will automatically be canceled. I won't have to cancel it manually. Opposite's true. My profit target gets hit, then my stop loss automatically canceled. I won't have to cancel it manually. That's an automated trade management function of the NinjaTrader platform, and it's pretty handy. I always recommend, even when you do this, pay attention, right? Don't go leave the house, go to Starbucks, whatever you do. Pay attention still. You still want to kind of monitor the trade, and you still want to stay connected to the internet and your platform connected. But it's really handy, because what you could do now is you don't have to worry about being whipsawed, right? And whipsaw is the thing where you get a huge. You don't have to worry that much, right? Whipsaw is like, well, boom, the market spikes up, you get stopped out, and then you scramble to try to cancel your limit order. Then the market goes right back opposite way, and then you get a double fill, right? And so then you'll end up in that scenario with you'd be long down here at 91.75, and you would no intention of being long down there, right? That was your profit target. So there's a lot of reasons why you might do this, and also discipline is another thing, right? Discipline's another thing. My trade's in there right now, and I'm going to let it go. Now, people would sometimes, I get a call, says, well, Jim, I got the OCO on, but I want to change my limit order. Grab it, move it to a different price, click, and you changed it. The OCO is still in effect, right? The OCO is still in effect. So you could modify the stops, you could modify the limits, even though the OCO has been activated, and change the price of your trade. Does that make sense? All right. Where are we at now? Okay, so so we covered how to, put an order in, a basic order, how to manage that order, how to add an automated bracket around that order, and there's more stuff we could do. There's more stuff we could do here. So let's explore that a little bit. Now, I want to intentionally get stopped out just to demonstrate the OCO. And again, don't follow live. When I say that, even when we're trying to, there we go. So boom, I got stopped out that other order, the profit target automatically canceled. Order cancels other. If you don't want to see the labels here, if it's too cluttered, you can get rid of those. Just go to right click. Again, a dialog box pops up. Click on data series. Another dialog box pops up. Scroll all the way to the bottom here and you'll see plot executions. I have text and markers set. I could hit that drop down menu and just say do not plot. Then you won't see those, right? If you want markers only, those little carrots, you could do markers only, right? Well, however you want to do it. Apply and okay. Sometimes if you do a lot of trades within one candle's time frame, there'll be a little bit too much information there, right? It'll be a little clustered, but it's a nice feature, I think. So in any event, so that's kind of the basic stuff here. I know we have limited time today, but I do want to show you how to customize some of this stuff. So we can go to custom. And again, we could get more fancy, right? We could get into more depth, and maybe we'll cover this next week on some more interesting types of orders. But let's just do a multi-target order, right? So let's go ahead and say I would like to put a trade, a 2-unit trade or 2-contract trade on the table, which is going to have. So I changed the order quantity to 2, and I want to have 2 different targets though. So I have target 1, and I want to add a target 2. Right. And since this is 2 units, target 1 is going to be a one contract target. Target 2 is going to be a 2 contract target. Now I can set different stop losses if I want, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to set them both. We'll just set them both at 8 ticks, right? Or 2 full points. I'll go ahead and change those. And then for a profit target, let's just say I would like to get the first target. I would like to liquidate one of my, if the market goes my way, I'd like to liquidate one of my targets at 4, right? Or some other number. You could do 8, you could do 10, you could do whatever you'd like. Let's go ahead and do 10. And then for the second target, then, hey, I want to liquidate this at 12, after 12 ticks if it goes my way. So stop loss at 8, profit target 10 and 12, splitting these things in 2, right? Now I could save this as a strategy if I want by saying save as template, or I could just hit OK. And on the right-hand side, you'll see this little I here. It says custom I. It's in play right now. It's ready to go. So if I go ahead and I'm going to get long this time, I'm going to right click and it's going to remember what did I do wrong? I might have the wrong account set up here. Let's try it again. Maybe I put it in the wrong spot. Nope, getting the same error message. Please use a new OCO. Oh, you know what I did wrong? I'm sorry. Let's rewind here, folks. This OCO, when I right-clicked here on the white spot, I still have OCO checked. This was for adding a OCO after a position was already established. So I'm going to uncheck that. You'll see at the upper right that OCO things went away. You'll still see I have custom here. So that OCO, that the mistake I made was that green OCO was turned on, and you turn it on and off by right-clicking in the white spot. So I think that was what I did wrong. Let's try again. All right, so that was exactly what I did. So I sold it here, right, on a limit order. My stop automatically went in 8 ticks up. My profit target automatically went in. One of them went in 10 to what I said, have it at 10 and 12. And so you can see that they're different. They're labeled properly, 2, 1, and 1. Move this back down, 2, 1, and 1. And the idea here is if the market comes down and I achieve my first profit target, then my stop will automatically change to a 1 contract stop because I don't need 2 contract stops anymore. I just need 1. And so it's a way to kind of have multiple targets on a position that's more than 1 unit. It could be 2 contracts, 3 contracts, 4 contracts, however you want. And then the instructions are going to behave just like you wanted them to do. And the same thing, you could drag your stop down, right? You could drag your stop down to a different price. Instructions are still good. Drag your target up. Instructions are still good. And let's see if we can get this to cooperate. Let's see if we have 30 seconds left. We'll see if we can get it to cooperate. It's okay if we go a little bit over. So I'll tighten it up just to demonstrate. Let's get this even tighter here. What I want to happen is my first profit target to be hit. So you can see how this 2-lot will change. Now I'll move up my second one as well. I should have done this in the micro NASDAQ. My bad. Right now we're kind of like stuck in the mud here at 97 even. Again, tighten up my stop here a little bit more. So I'm going to force the fill, guys. I'm just going to move this up. So I got filled, and you see the stop is now 1, and the my second target is still in play where I canceled and replaced it 2. So I know I had to kind of accelerate the trade idea, but I think you get the idea, right? Multi-target bracket, simple target bracket, how to turn on and off OCO. Remember, I turned it on manually here after I had a position. After you have a position, you could turn it on. But when you go ahead and use the actual ATM strategy, then make sure that is turned off. That was the one hiccup today. But we figured it out, and it all worked accordingly. We'll do some more of this stuff next week. But I appreciate everybody being here and participating with us today. Coming up next, Ed Jerkin from NinjaTrader is going to join Michael Burke, and Ed's gonna talk about some ninja tricks navigating through the web portal. So I appreciate everybody being here today. Talk to you later. We'll be right back.
All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader LLC. Trading futures involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.